My name is Jim Seymour. I'm the Executive Director for Cayman Islands Veterans Outreach. I've been in this role approaching 4 years. It'll be 4 years in November. Previous to that, I was on the board for 2.5 years, so I've been affiliated with the organization about 6.5 years. So for a little over 42 years, we've been helping veterans address issues related to homelessness, food insecurity, medical transportation rides, and case management, referrals, and counseling. Basically trying to encounter veterans where we meet them, identify their challenges and struggles or wherever they need assistance, and either make those referrals out to other agencies or help them directly. We started back in 1983 as the non-vets, and it was related to Vietnam vets coming home and not having a place to call home, so to speak, where they could gather safely. The era back then was a little challenging for them when they returned home. And then about 13 years ago, we morphed into what is now the Cayman Islands Veterans Outreach, and we expanded our reach to serve veterans from all eras. And that has been extremely rewarding and has been very impactful in my brief time here as executive director. The mission of the veterans is basically encapsulated in the logo that's behind me, a hand up, not a handout. Currently, we have 2 properties that have the capabilities of housing 13 previously homeless veterans. It's a transitional situation. What that simply means is these veterans could be couch surfing, living in their car, living on the street, in a shelter. We get them safe, dry, warm, and secure. And then we work a program, a customizable case management program that helps address the challenges that may have led to where we encountered them and map a strategy forward so that they can become permanently housed in another apartment or home of their own and active and engaged in the community. The second program, probably our larger program, is our food insecurity program. In the last few years, we've stood up and expanded into 14 food pantries a month. Currently, we provide food pantry services in Hyannis, Falmouth, Eastham, Wareham, as well as Martha's Vineyard. We do home delivery to homebound veterans. The other program that's important and vital, stood up about 2 years ago, maybe a little longer now, is our veterans transportation. We discovered and encountered veterans who no longer were able to drive and needed transportation to critical medical appointments. So we've been really successful partnering with third-party vendors like Uber Health, Prime Medical, and some of these other transport agencies, where we contract with them to provide the rides at no cost to the veteran. Successful attendance and participation in medical appointments, primarily, the diagnostic primary care and all of those kinds of things, make for a better outcome and a healthier, better life for our veterans. It simply gives them the access to the medical care that they might not have been able to get previously. And we do different sort of outreach programs throughout the community. And sometimes that's addressing financial planning and budgeting for veterans. We have a legal counseling program where we have an attorney who will help veterans who don't have estate planning. And, the other piece to it too is mental health is a big challenge. I think it's a big challenge throughout the community as a whole. But veterans seem to have a little bit more of a robust case of mental health challenges, whether it's PTSD or the invisible injuries of war, whatever it might be. So we make referrals for those kinds of cases out to providers in the community and many times directly to the VA. I can see I'm smiling. One of the greatest things, people ask me, what's your greatest accomplishment? I've hired a really talented team of professionals who are passionate and come to work every day to try to improve the lives of veterans each and every encounter. And it's really amazing to watch. We're a nonprofit. Every dollar counts. And yet they come to work every day knowing, no one here is going to be a millionaire. And they do the work in a way that is an all-star performance every single time they encounter a veteran. And it's really a pleasure and an honor to watch them do that work. This is where we house our administrative offices, our programs, our case management. We meet clients here when we do interviews, and we have some in-house counseling, as I alluded to earlier. But this is where they can come and get the beginning of an inquiry for whatever help they need. So we'll do an intake and assessment, ask the questions, okay, what brings you here today? How can we be of help? What is your needs? And then based on those responses, we start to look at how we can tailor a response of assistance geared to those challenges they may be experiencing. So we're at 247 Stevens Street in the west end of Hyannis. We're directly behind the VA Medical Center here, just off of if you know where the Rotary is in West End by the Melody Tent, we're just about a block away. Our website is www.capeveterans.com. you can learn a lot more about our organization. And if you'd like to support our organization, there's also the ability to go on and financially support the work that we do. If you know a veteran that needs help, point them in our direction. We'd be more than happy. That's our mission. Again, it's a hand up, not a handout. And a lot of times veterans are very cautious to reach out because they think there are people that are worse off than them. What we've found is when we talk veteran to veteran, I don't need any help. I said, well, if I was in trouble, would you help me? Absolutely. So there you go. And it really, it impresses upon them. Again, we don't, if we're in the field of battle, we don't leave anybody behind. It's the same thing in the same spirit. We've been serving veterans since 1983, and we're going to be here and continue to serve veterans as long as needed.